my name's Fidd Chewley, and when I'm not taking pictures of my scabs, I'm listening to Time for the Show on Freethink Radio. It's time for the show. Oh, yes! Bathing in it, rub it in, because it's time for the show. We're live on Freethink Radio. I'm Fidd Chewley. Reverand Sick is here with us from Las Vegas, Utah. Hi, Peas, my beautiful boy. And with me at Hypercube, as always, Doktor Faux, operating in an engineerical capacity. So he doesn't have his mic in front of him, but trust me, he's there. Doktor Faux, wave to me really quick so they'll believe me.
I'm waving.
Yeah.
I'm waving. You can. He can see it.
And this week's pennjillette is Legume. I think we have a Legume on the line.
Yeah,
well, he's
I'm here.
here.
You guys can hear me.
Oh, there he is. Caller, turn up your microphone. Caller Legume. Hey, buddy! We finally nabbed ya! You're ours now.
I thought he's been on the show before.
Never.
Well, just so Legume and everybody else knows, Time for the Show is a live 2-hour production
live
meeting
on radio.
Where the idea for the show is that every episode we come up with the content for the next show. And of course, the next show we do the same thing. So we've got Legume here, Doktor.
We've gotten ahead of
Legume,
ourselves
to help out a little bit. He's going to help us come up with the first word of the joke.
He's not even here, is he? He doesn't want to be here.
He's here.
I keep holding all of our pennjillettes hostage.
I'm here. I'm sitting here quietly listening and drinking my cup of coffee.
What kind of coffee are you drinking, Legume?
Now we know he's not on.
It's robot piss coffee, the kind where you put the weird
coffee.
Yeah, robot piss. You know, you go up and you stick your little coffee pod in the robot's nut sack, and then you yank on it. You press its little button, and its little dick turns red and spurts out a stream of steaming hot robot piss.
That's the kind of child-friendly radio we're looking for, Legume. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I be careful about my language so as not to offend
No, absolutely
anyone?
not. The
Yeah, you
kids
can't
love
fucking swear on this show. No fucking swearing on this goddamn show.
I don't want you to get like hate mail.
Quit
from
all the fucking
queers or
swearing.
nothing.
Well, most of the hate mail winds up going to 6428 Dobie Peak Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89108.
You can also send your hate mail via the telephone at 321-765-FOX. 3289 FAUX 3289.
I was listening to the mystery show because the mystery show was super good, and there was some secret.
It was probably our best one we ever did.
Yeah,
and we only did that one because the last show sucked. A lot worse than some of the other ones.
Well, the sound was bad. It was a good show.
It was a decent show, but yeah, the audio was just a terrible problem. And as the engineer, I have to take that up the tailpipe.
You're taking a responsibility.
I can't say
for that.
quality on the radio.
So, there's a lot going on, and I'm glad that we got Legume here because Legume was working on. Well, now, yeah, I was a little apprehensive at first. That's true. I gotta be honest. But, dude, are you still doing work on your beacon?
Absolutely fucking not.
Absolutely fucking not.
Absolutely fucking not. If you want to drive out here, I'll load it in your car for you.
Oh, I drive a truck, sir.
Ball's in your court now,
then,
Peas.
Well,
I
then,
drive a government
fuck you.
SUV.
Never mind. If you drive a truck,
Great,
then
thanks,
never
Peas.
mind,
You
man.
just shut us
You're not
out of another
welcome here
opportunity.
in Seattle.
What?
You have to have a Prius to come to Seattle, pal.
I think that's true. It's a law. There's a
True.
They just
There's
pass
a
them out
wall.
there.
You know how hard it was for me to try to build the beacon and have to like power it with like biodiesel?
How hard?
Now, do you make your own
It was pretty
biodiesel?
fucking hard. Well, you know, since I got my gallbladder removed a few years back, I actually can produce my own biodiesel.
Nice.
And intend to eventually make an automobile where it has like a butt plug in the driver's seat where I can just kind of squat in there and just drive down the road eating burgers.
Nice.
Lower
Now,
your
what's your
carbon
favorite-
footprint
what's your favorite-
the
what's your-
Legume way.
What's your favorite butt plug driving burger eating burger?
Oh man, it would have to. I would at a time I would have said the Monster Burger from Arby's or whatever it is you have down south. or in the West.
Dude, hold on. You're on the West Coast now. That'd be a Carl's Jr. They don't have
Carl's
Hardee's on
Jr.
the West Coast.
here. Yeah, it's
come
Carl's
on.
Jr. I don't go there anymore.
Why would you eat at anybody's place that has the word junior in the title? Like his
they're
dad
delicious.
wasn't good enough to make the hamburgers. This guy thinks that like his new management system is
It
gonna
makes-
beast it up.
It makes me think that the person has so much faith in their cooking that they're willing to offer up their own son, their own begotten son, as an
As a
appetizing
sacrifice.
morsel for the drive-through window scavenger.
Eat this, it is my flesh, and drink this
I go to
Pepsi
Carl's
Cola.
Jr.
for
because
it
I like to
Carl's
think
Jr.
that maybe
now under
there's some
new
child
management.
in my food. Does this food contain real junior?
We don't have Carl's Jr.
You have Hardee's.
out here.
You have
we have
Hardee's. It's the same thing.
Hardee's.
Yeah, it's
the
the same
extra thick burgers.
The
Ugh.
big difference between the two chains is you can get a roast beef sandwich and fried chicken at a Hardee's.
You eat at
You can't
Hardee's.
get those at a Carl's Jr.
I'm from da South.
The biggest-
and I don't even eat at Hardee's.
The
Eating
biggest
Hardee's is the
difference-
leading contributor to white nationalism.
Well, I think that the burgers
It's all
are a
the
little
sausage
sloppy.
gravy.
They put a little too much. They put too much ketchup and mustard on, ketchup and mayonnaise on the burger.
Hardee's
Burgers-
are fallout
Well,
shelters.
without all
Carl's
that-
Juniors will
they're
crumble
fall
to
in
the
shelters.
ground. Yeah.
Well,
Go to the
we'll
Without all
Hardee's.
that mustard and mayo and stuff on those burgers, there's no way that the girls in the commercials would have anything to smear on their tits if you got rid of
That's
them.
correct. That is an
So that's
observant
what the
point.
mayonnaise is for. It's not really for eating. It's more for smearing on your tits while you're eating.
You could vigorously
That's why they
grist
give you all that.
at
That
grist.
is a sign of a good
extra,
burger.
extra titty mayo.
Yes.
So, dude,
Smear
seriously,
that
Yeah,
beef
seriously,
jizz.
we're trying to have a serious conversation
What is
if
here.
that?
you're
What
not
is that,
doing the
wasp
beacon,
jizz?
and I think
Is
people
that
need to
bee
understand that you
jizz?
are a
What is that,
doctor of
carpenter
mad
bee
science.
jizz?
What are you working on?
What am I working on?
What are you working on? What great mad adventures, science project?
Yeah, what you been up to, Goom?
What you been up to,
Well,
dude? I haven't seen you in like 10 months. What have you been up to, man?
I've come to the conclusion that I don't really need to be doing anything.
Oh,
You know,
I
it's
don't need any
Nirvana.
kind of grand project.
philosophy.
The world is my grand project. I can walk out the street right now and have whatever adventure I want.
oh, really? That
You know,
corner
I
was
mean-
lifted then, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That
That's
they
nice.
took
You
off
get
the-
to go
they took off
outside
the
again.
ankle
And all that.
bracelet.
That's sweet.
Take in all
Took
the
the bracelet
filth.
off the ankle. But, I have no trouble finding an adventure or something to take over, a portion of my day, It's
Nice.
just that now I don't have as much of an audience when I'm doing it. Which is good because there are some adventures where you just don't want 40 witnesses with cell phones.
Agreed. That's why Nevada's vast expanses of deserts are perfect for those kind of adventures.
And, it's more fun having real world adventures than, these. I mean, it was fun doing the little cosplay thing in the woods with you kids for so long.
It's cute. Legume's
You know.
like 6 months older than me.
Hey, dude, I don't know. Real world adventures are related. They're over related to each other.
Did you have that same opinion about food in general?
Yeah, I'm like 60% dead inside, Peas. You don't know this about me?
Nice.
And
Has
yeah,
it affected your erections?
well, my gas mileage is great.
Nice.
you'd be surprised how much all that that extra 40% of my brain, how much fuel that was. It creates a lot of drag, you know, man. Like, it's folded up pretty tight in there. Well, the whole reason we had Legume on the show is because our 5 to 12-year-old demographic was going down. It was plummeting, and we were like, we need somebody
tell Peas
to
to put
bring
his
that
pants
demo
on.
back up.
It's important. It's important for the children to have a relationship with Dr. Legume.
I don't know if I want to
they're gonna
continue
like.
it on the premise that the number of children going down around here.
We've got a lot of viewer mail asking for when we're gonna have Uncle Legume on the show.
Uncle Legume. Now, Legume, do you have any kind of like sidekick, like Uncle Legume, and when you do your children's shows, is it Uncle Legume and Spunky the Monkey?
I think he just volunteered, Peas.
No.
Well,
I'm asking him. It's his thing. It's his thing.
I would like to see a Curious George style book where Legume is the man in the yellow
By
hat.
Curious
and Peas
George.
is Curious George.
That would be sweet.
I will neither confirm nor deny that I am the only Dr. Legume.
Oh, it could be a series.
There may be other Dr. Legumes.
Could
A
be
series of legumes.
Why would we want to share? Why would any legume want to share credit with another legume? We just have one legume.
Tessellation of legumes.
We're
fair to
all
say
one legume, but we're all different legumes.
Is it fair to say there's a cabal of legumes?
You can't
I
say
would
that on the
almost say that
radio.
there's probably
Because
there's definitely a little conspiracy, nut.
the perception.
A conspiracy nut that grew into a great tree of legumes,
A legume.
like a peanut.
Waiting to be harvested.
We're waiting to be made into peanut butter.
Nice.
Thing about peanuts is they fuck like rabbits. You just get a couple of them together, and the next morning you got a whole
field of
stack
them.
in your. You got to call the county. Come
I
out.
mean, Peas knows about peanut butter. He has dogs.
Yeah, I got dogs. You got to trade them somehow. It's funny you mentioned that, dude. I'm a little bit of a dog whisperer, and so I'm helping rehabilitate a dog for my
Yeah,
cousin.
you better be careful. They just got Cosby for that.
Yeah, I know, but poor Cosby, huh? Busted for doing what everybody else was doing in the 70s, except they were using cocaine.
It's because he was black, man.
Now I want to see that
That's
outrage.
right. It was because he
you know
was
what they're gonna
black.
do.
That's why he raped all those women.
They're gonna.
It's not his fault.
I agree with you. I
because he
agree
was
with you.
black.
No, dude, he's gonna get like 18 months, and there's gonna be an outrage, and then there'll be another big argument between the African American community and the rest of America about what's fair. Because they'll think, that's
life
great.
matters.
I heard they've.
I know
they've
we were
already-
mean to you, Peas.
I have a flag,
but you
dude.
matter. There.
I have a Peas Life's Matter flag.
I heard a federal judge already stepped in and declared Bill Cosby to be legally white.
Oh, that's gonna help him.
Now, actually,
they're gonna throw the book at him now.
I heard
The minute they pulled his race card and everything.
The real reason that this all happened is that an ex-Illuminati member posted today on the internet that Bill Cosby was attempting to buy NBC News, and the reptilians did not like that, so they forged all of this information just to, kind of shame this 80-year-old man into not buying a major media company. And it just shows you the power of the Illuminati. We all make fun of Bill and the poor trouble he's got himself into, but the reality is that's probably just as feasible a theory as anything else.
The Illuminati plays their games, I play mine. I can't
What do you
wait
think
to
their
get
game is?
into
I'm a
prison so
risk
I
guy.
can make Bill Cosby my bitch. My problem is I can't think of what crime to commit. I only get one. I gotta make
so
it a good
many
one,
crimes.
and I gotta get
So
caught,
many
and then I get to
crimes.
go in there, and I get to give Bill Cosby a hot Cosby.
Does this change your looking when you watch Fat Albert now? Do you think, oh, that guy?
Hey! Don't go swapping no roots.
Drink this. Drink this. It's your friend in a relax show. The worst Fat Albert
Stop
impression
asking
ever.
so many questions.
I don't know. I think that was
Stop.
like Satchmo getting fisted right there.
That was Satchmo.
What a depressing world.
Man,
Bill
now
Cosby's
I'm
gonna
going to
reduce-
blow up the vocals.
Bill
this
Cosby's
week.
going to be reduced to playing Catfish Joe in the musical, the Broadway musical.
Can you imagine Satchmo waking up out of general anesthesia, playing with his dick and talking in that voice?
All last thing I remember is I was at Bill Cosby's house. Now I got the gastric
Now I feel bad that
from
we're
the
even
grave.
on this recording.
Legume started it.
Hey, you guys are just going to a real racist place here. I just wanted to let you know that.
I'm going to be quiet. Those guys are
You know, you're probably going to get a lot of hate mail for this when you guys are going way over the line with your.
Well, you
Well,
know,
help us
all
get
that, all
woke,
that hate
man.
mail goes.
Yeah.
All that hate mail goes to 6428 Dobie Peak Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada 89108.
Help us get woke, Legume. We need you to
Yeah,
help
wake us
get-
up,
You're
dude.
so woke. I want to be woke.
Tell me how to get woke, Legume.
Teach us, brother.
I want to be
I
goom
want to
woke.
know how.
Goom woke.
Well, first off, you're all white males, so so that means that you can never ever really be woke. I mean,
Okay.
I'm fortunate, that I got some kike in me. Just like that golden golden armor of.
How much of a
Jews
percentage of that do you
protect-
think you need to buffer that white privilege? How much of a
Well,
percentage of that?
According to the people who are in charge of such things,
Can I
the
earn
white
interest on my
supremacists.
privilege? Could I sell
According
my
to the
privilege
white
back?
supremacists, if you've got one drop of non-white blood in you, then you're not white. And I'm 8% Jew, so I got like 4 drops of non-white blood in me. Which
if you
means
carry-
that Sammy Davis Jr. can go out and do a drive-by if we want. And
What if you
nobody-
have like a vial
At
of
the
Mexican
Carl's
blood
Jr.?
that you wear around your neck? Does that prevent you from having white privilege?
Well,
Or like
again,
a,
I
or,
don't
or
have
like a,
white.
one of
I'm
those
thinking- I'm just thinking of a
surfer
marketing
necklaces with the little
opportunity.
shells.
We could sell these little vials of ethnic bloods. I don't know that we'd have to be specific. Any drop of ethnicity would be fine. Maybe we should mix all the ethnicities into our big giant blood vat
Just
that
a
we
jar
fill our
of
little
blood.
vials with, and then we just sell it to
We
people. They
should
wear it around their
separate them
neck.
into like the superior strains of blood.
Right. Well, no.
Battle
Yeah.
out one blood type
No,
against
no,
the other,
we
and
should
yeah.
keep all of the best
this is
blood
a
and
great
mix it
business
only with the
opportunity.
other best, so that we don't dilute the best blood.
This is a good opportunity for us to market a new product for the show, which is the anti-white
Blood?
privilege necklace chain. And if Legume's theory holds out,
Well, do
and-
we have to be able to get the patent on the blood in the vial, right? No one's
Well, I
gonna.
don't think-
if you
I
can
don't
just
think-
fill it with
Nobody
anybody's
said anything
blood.
about bile.
Look,
Nobody
I'll
said
tell
anything
you,
about bile.
for-
We were just talking about.
I'm
blood.
going
There's
to
no
make this
bile
offer
mentioned.
one
I said a
time just
vial
for you
of
and the other
blood.
listeners.
Oh, a vial. I'm
vial.
sorry. A vial.
VIAL, not like the VILE that I'm feeling right now.
Go ahead, Legume. The listeners
one
are on the
time-
edge of their seats.
That's right. I have a one-time
Viewers.
only offer. You fly out here to Seattle. I'll meet you at the airport. I will stick
Nice.
you with a needle full of my blood, and you will have a drop at least of non-white blood in you, and you too can be a victim.
Now, what privileges will that give you?
Genetic victim.
Well,
Besides your victimness, I mean that is
What
a
else
gift.
do you need? Hey,
the
where did my? I
victimness is
thought I
the
had
gift
the.
that the victimness is the gift that keeps on giving. But
course
the
it is.
Judaism is like being one of the X-Men.
Judaism is the
Because
gift that
it
keeps on
unlocked
guilting.
It unlocked the Jew powers in my DNA.
Now, will you have to wear a hat?
I have a
Pointed hat.
yarmulke now it's made out of the skin from a Christian baby's belly.
Legume, as you know, I am some kind of like
It is the best
bullshit
baby belly there
ignored.
is.
and I can heal you right now, Legume. I can get that Jew blood out of you right now. All I need you to do is make a
Don't you touch
small.
my Jew blood, you anti-Semitic bastard.
If you ever want to get it out, just make a small incision on your arm and then hold a nickel up to the wound, and those 4 drops will come rushing right to the surface.
So, do you guys think?
I'm just telling you, you have a
I'm
way
ashamed
out.
that I was thinking of like
You
the
have a
same
way-
thing. I was trying to come up with a bit with like a magnet. You just produced the magnet.
I
There's only
apologize
one
for
way
the
out of this,
NCAA
Jews.
for
You
the
gotta
show
get
right now.
stomped
It's
out of
time for the
Judaism.
show.
Listen, I'm serious. Do you guys think that people like
No,
Red
I really
Fox
don't.
and Richard
I tried to
Pryor
stop that years ago,
and
man.
Don Rickles could have careers today?
Whoa!
Even George
I
Carlin.
know,
Could
I
any
know
of those
we're saying
comedians
like
have
it's
any
our
kind of career
word, but you
today?
can't just go calling somebody a Rickles.
A Rickle?
Yeah, they'd have careers in religion. They wouldn't
That-
have careers in comedy. They'd be
That would have
some all-star
Basketball.
clergy. They'd be some all-star
me-
basketball clergy people.
From downtown.
George Carlin would be a priest. That's
Yeah,
what you're
it's
telling
like
me.
all the denominations of Christianity have a double elimination round robin tournament, basketball tournament, you know? And they would be
this is
some of the
interesting.
major players.
Do you think they can? Do you think they got ball? Do you think they got game?
Pass the rock, bro.
Well, Richard
mean, they're
Pryor,
dead.
I mean,
Yeah, well, that's a
mean,
given. That's
I
a-
mean,
that
well-
you would-
well, why
I
is
think
it a
even
given,
Red Fox would be
Peas?
good. I'm just saying,
Why?
it's not a swimming. It's not a swimming competition.
Here, let me just jump out in front of this bus here. Oh, somebody pushed me.
Ouch. Were they wearing a manga hat?
A what?
A manga Make America Great Again
A
hat?
manka hat?
Manga.
A manga hat?
Manga.
Manga
Is that
hat.
what it
Did I
is?
not pronounce it right?
A
There's so
manga
many
hat.
acronyms.
This Japanese
It's got
cartoons
little
about
cat
Trump.
ears on top of it. Trump
Is this like what I used to call
I'll
me?
tell you what a manga hat is. You know what a manga hat is? A manga hat is what Reverend Shoggoth turns around backwards when he's giving head for a room in a cardboard box in Austin.
That
So we
was
can say that
me.
because it not only is it live,
It's live.
it's topical.
Sweet!
Stop.
It's also funny.
Are you listening out there, Shoggoth?
And
Are you
it's true.
listening? You fucking
think we-
sexual predator! You
Now,
fucking
now,
dog
Lagoon, that's
raper.
not fair. He's a feminist.
Yeah, he's
That's
probably raping the homeless to sleep in their stuff.
Give me your box.
It was shitty fire, man.
This refrigerator box is mine now.
This box is all wet anyway.
He stole some Nintendo powers from a friend, and then when he was confronted, he said that they were shitty anyway. So which is
kind
a
of the
good
worst thing.
excuse. That's a good excuse to steal.
It's not. It's
know,
not, dude. That's
popcorn.
like I
Steal
can't.
popcorn.
I can think of no other line that you
was
can
shitty
cross. I can think of no other line you can cross with fellow subgeniuses than take some popcorn that you're not
Your
supposed to
girlfriend's
have,
ugly. I didn't
And then-
think you'd mind if I fucked her.
and then after
Doing you a
after you're confronted
favor,
with it,
bro.
you tell people, well,
Yeah,
that
you didn't
popcorn
have to
wasn't.
fuck her. I did.
That popcorn was barely buttery anyway.
That's right. You know what's
think that's
buttery?
hurtful.
The sweet, sweet song stylings of Mr. Bungle, who earlier in his career,
I
a
wish
lot
I
of people
could
don't know,
listen to
went
some.
by Mr. Butter.
Dude, I
And,
wish we could listen
he
to
had
Mr.
to change
Bungle
it
right
because
now.
the record company didn't want people to think that
Butter.
that he was married to Mrs. Buttersworth.
Right.
And so he later on changed his name to Mr. Bungle, and this is
Dude,
the first
don't you wanna listen to some
single
right now?
that he released after
I
his
wish we
name
could
change.
listen to
It's
it right
called
now.
The Desert Search. Peace, my G. My G. I love you,
I'm
Peace.
sorry,
you know
dude, I'm
what?
thinking of
After
Mr.
we
Bungle.
get back from listening to Desert Search for Techno Allah, I'm going to read my love poem that I wrote to Peace. It's time for the
I don't-
show on Free Think Radio.
We're gonna listen to a song.
that's what I like to hear. Every night, I like to snuggle up with a little bit of that Mr. Bungle. It's a good time. I enjoy it. It's time for the show. I'm Dr. Fox, and with all these other goobers, it's Fidd Chewley and Peas, and tonight's our special pennjillette is Doktor Legume.
Hi, Legume.
If they're still here. I think they took off.
I'm still here.
He's still here, so far doing better than most of our other guests. It's a show. And Peas is still gone.
It's not quite a show.
I'm here, G. I'm right here.
Does anybody see
show.
where'd Peas go?
Where am the Peas?
I don't hear Peas.
No, I'm right here.
I don't hear
Peas.
Peas.
All right, well,
Is Peas
eventually
talking? Can we hear
Peas
him?
will get back, I'm sure. I guess he's out
Yeah.
taking...
He'll come back.
You know,
Oh,
we
man, now you
sanction
make me
these.
listen to radio,
It's
see
a
if I can
live.
hear
It's a live show on internet radio, Freethink Radio.
Oh, you guys were...
Shout
you
outs
guys
to
were
the late great Doc Ellis. We love you, man. Here,
Yeah.
just pour a 40 out for you right here.
We miss you.
You know, Dr. Ellis was kind enough to hand us the keys to the station tonight after it became evident that he was going to succumb to his wounds. Apparently, he was stopping by the state-run maple syrup department and was hijacked by a rogue gang of beavers. And so Dr. Ellis, I believe, was moved out of traction at one point, but thoughts and prayers with him. Because without him, we couldn't really do this show live. But it's a live show, and we play these songs.
That means it's totally live. You can even hear dogs barking in the background.
The song is the cue for all the
are you doing
hosts
to the
to
dogs?
run out of the building. And here at
Tell them to
Hypercube,
shut
you
up.
actually have to... Well, first you have to open the door to the studio. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to follow the procedural hallway and head down towards the front, because you're not really supposed to be imbibing of any substances while you're on the lot. We're a zero-tolerance lot. But every once in a while, somebody sneaks through the commissary, and, we've gone out to the airlock, and it is just littered with the remains of substance.
Scub, we like to call it.
Scub, the ancient relics of the Hypercube.
Well, as promised, I'm gonna read my love poem that I wrote to Peas
Oh, hooray!
live on Canadian Fake Radio.
I wish Peas was here to hear it.
Peas, my G,
I am here to hear it, dude.
you're
I'm
there.
like,
Peas am here.
I
Don't
was
worry,
not.
Peas. Peas am
Yeah,
here
it's
the
really
whole
sad
time.
what happened to Peas.
Yeah, it's totally sad.
I mean, after last week's show when I came on the first time, and Peas died right in the middle of the show. You remember that?
It was just he
Nah,
wasn't
you don't
able to
remember
take
it?
it.
Of course not. It's Peas. Nobody even remembers him a week later. It's terrible.
That's not.
I've just got that muscle memory that
People
I
love
just gotta check for Peas.
People love the Peas.
Peas, people do love
Peas always.
the Peas.
Peas is kind of seems to me like he should live in like a homosexual's purse. He should
do you
like
like
live
that?
in, live in a. Well, you might live in a homosexual's purse, but it just seems like that would be like there would be a giant homosexual somewhere that could carry you around in his purse. And that would be how you get from place to place. Nobody would get in his way because he'd be like a real flamer.
Is that the future of Uber? Instead of cars, it's just going to be 14-foot people of the homosexual orientation
The homosexual
that
race.
come by and pick you up in their purses and take you to better
Only
places.
the finest homosexuals will be used to transport Peas around in their purses.
Fabuluber. Peas is a handsome, precious, handsome boy. Peas is a good lad. Peas is handsome and good. Where did Peas go? Probably to the handsome store. Peas is my pal of it and will be your pal of it too. Peas is a good pal and a handsome pal. Peas fixes a mean bowl of frosted flakes.
In a world filled with Gumbies, someone had to be the Pokey. Pokey Peas.
Well, Gumby, actually, the dye that they used to dye Gumby came from peas.
Well, you know, it's terrible. Before Pokey came along, Gumby, you know, he would just run into other Gumbies. And they would always end up the same way. By the end of the cartoons, they're all fucking. It didn't matter what happened, you know, he could be losing his train or have to, like, not lose a quarter on the way downtown to get ice cream.
My
but
favorite
eventually,
character
by the
was
end of every Gumby animated cartoon, by the end of it, there's always ends the same way. Always like 15 Gumbies fucking in a big pile.
And then God reached down into Gumby's chest and pulled out a rib from Gumby, and from it he made Pokey. And saw
Fashioned in
that it
orange
was...
Hey, I don't want to
too
hear
messy.
about God making Pokey.
Well, you're an adult. You gotta hear about it sometime, Legume.
I walked in on Mom and Dad when they were making Pokey. At least I thought that was Dad. She said it was, but she always said that. My dad was a master of disguise. Every night he had a different face.
Why didn't you just check the serial number tattoo on his arm?
Yeah, it seems like that would be pretty straightforward.
You said you were Jewish, right?
Take a ball print.
But for the longest time, I
Teabag
was an
into this ink
underground
pad,
Jew.
sir.
My mother hid my Judaism from me, much like my Judaism was kind of like Anne Frank, in that it was hidden in the attic of history. Until finally one day the Nazis at the DNA parlor sniffed out my Judaism.
What's the difference between
They
you and
kicked
Anne
in
Frank?
they kicked in the door to my DNA, and they found in there the Anne Frank of my Judaism, hiding away in a little corner.
The
And
Jewish...
brought it out and was like, "Here's the Jew that we have found within you."
The Jewish
And I gave them
Underground Railroad did
$79
not
and
lead
started
to
making jokes.
nearly as happy results.
Well, I'm just glad I'm not Native American.
You want to be?
Look,
That
there's
dog
one
wants
now.
to be.
We can make it happen.
Have
Will
you
you
been
tell
teaching
that
dog?
bitch to shut the fuck up? I'm assuming your dog's gender, yes.
Stop race baiting your dog.
Is that a German Shepherd?
Yeah. I got two in the house right now, the Jack Russell Terrier.
Peas has dogs?
Peas is a German
Shepherd,
aficionado. He's actually very good with the
Fucking
Golf
Nazi.
Sierras.
Not a Nazi.
You're a fucking Nazi. You've got German Shepherds. You know what German
smart
Shepherds are bred
dogs.
for?
They're
You have
smart
to- you-
dogs.
they-
They're bred
they're
to
bred
actually,
to
dude,
eat
they're
Jews.
bred.
They're bred to eat
herd
Jews.
sheep.
They're
bred
Jew
to herd
eaters.
sheep. That's why they
They're
call
bred-
them
they're-
the German
they're bred-
Shepherd dog. They're bred to herd sheep.
No, they're there to send the Jews to the great shepherd in the sky. That's what they're there for. You and your Nazi dogs. I knew it, you anti-Semitic bastard.
What are you talking about, dude? I'm trying to
Apologetics
present the
with
whole
peas.
blood and the vial thing so that everybody can be just as Jewish as you.
Peas.
Oh yeah, you say that, but
I do say
then
that.
and then you've got your Jew killer dogs, and I know those dogs won't even survive unless they eat Jew meat every night.
I don't think that that's true at all, and I'm not really sure what Jew meat is.
Hold on, let me tell Peas something. Peas.
You're not sure what Jew meat is?
No.
Tell him the
Ask your
Irish were
daughter.
slaves too.
See, I
Tell him
set
Irish
that
people were
softball up
slaves.
for you. I hope you appreciate that. You just slammed it right out of the park.
Yes, I'll tell you what it tastes like too.
Peas, you're handsome.
You know, I am soft on the eyes, and I think that your poem was a
You're
beautiful
soft
poem.
all the way
Although
around.
it made
Peas.
me a little uncomfortable because we've camped together, and now I'm wondering, I'm rethinking some things that happened on that camping trip that I had kind of just shrugged off to.
You mean when
these kind of things happen
those
when you're
camping
camping?
trips where you would leave for hours at a time to go stay at a hotel and hide from everybody?
Oh, that was my kid was in town. You know, your memory What about the times that I'm there till like 7 in the morning? I'm the only one that's still awake, and you're in your tent weeping for some reason.
I'm the only one
Fidd
that's
Chewley
up.
is in his underground compound.
I'm up all night. It's not my fault that Fidd Chewley knows where to go dig and entrench himself into the earth. But I'm
there's
up all
Nazi
night.
behavior right there.
Yeah, that's. What do you think I'm doing? I'm walking the roads. I'm checking for papers. And I'm naked.
The episode where we all call each other out as being Nazis. It's like an episode of Clue.
This one.
The Legume
He's the bigger Nazi than me.
It's German
I think
Clue.
I already outed all of you as Nazis.
It was Dr. Fox in the kitchen with the oven.
Well, that's okay
my
because we
guess.
got to see Dr. Crash last week. And he told me he wouldn't wear a Dr. Fox in the right angles patch on his motorcycle jacket because it looked like Legume.
What?
That's right. Dr. Crash says hi, Legume.
Doctor Who?
Dead to me. I'm blind eyeing him.
Dr. Crash, I don't know. He was wearing a Bob shirt. He seemed like
It's just to throw you off.
he'd been
If you
around
won't
for a while.
If you won't display your Dr. Fox in the right angles patch proudly like I do on my studio wall,
Well, he wants to get
surrounded
me
by
in the
license
Ottawa
plates from the state of New
newsletter.
Hampshire, then you don't deserve to live in the same world as me.
Yeah, Peas has a patch with my face on it
Yeah.
that he wears when he rides his motorcycle.
Every time I ride a motorcycle, I make sure I have
his
that
Vespa
patch on.
350C.
Dude, I had got so much. I had money saved up, like my tax return. I was a few dollars away from being a thousandaire.
And then your truck.
And then my
And
truck.
socialism
And then
came
my truck. I had to replace the
He had to
bearings in
replace the
front end.
truck nuts on the back. They one of Peas, for those of you that don't know,
Stang Mobile.
and I don't mean to bring the room down or anything, but Reverand Peas sick, found out that his left truck nut had a growth, and it was
A growth.
tested. They
That's a polite
biopsied
way to say
Peas' truck nut, and
Well,
they found out that it was
That happens
malignant.
in the life of a truck, and sometimes hair will begin to sprout around that area as well.
as the truck develops into a
Your
manly
truck will start wanting to rear end other trucks.
Well, it turns out it was just the truck's penis. It was just very, 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 very small. They thought it might have been like a pre-tumor, but it turned out that Peas' truck has a very small shalanga.
there's
bag.
So many
Suspicion.
unwanted trucks out there. Everyone, please get your truck spayed.
There's a suspicion that my adventures and forays into the desert caused
Chrome off that
bearings to
trailer
fail.
hitch, boys.
But I'd say that's bullshit, because why would the good people at the Ford Motor Company name my truck an Explorer if you couldn't go explore in it? It just, I mean,
Well, you get
there's no
to
way they would try that.
explore
Like a cave
the
explorer.
joys of self-surgery. You know, when you're up in the woods and you have to cut your own ball out because it has cancer, and there's nobody else around. All you have to do is just bite down on a stick and cut out your ball.
I
you
can't
know?
hear you because of the huge holes in my earlobes from my gauges.
Yeah?
Because he's totally pulled his eardrums to his lobe.
Wait, are you woke now? Legume
woke,
said he
dude. I
was going to
got
make us
gauges.
all
I
woke.
got-
How come you only made
While you
Peas
guys
woke?
were dicking around on the radio, I was gauging my ears, and now I have these huge holes in them, but I can barely hear anything. It turns out ears are designed to direct sound waves into your ear.
Can
Put
your
down-
truck's
thought that.
penis fit
Down
into your gauge?
issue of Ranger Rick, and we will discuss this later.
Hey, you know what? I think that we should discuss about how on Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you could listen to Share a Slice, another sister radio show of ours on here on Free Think Radio, provided to us by Dr. Ellis.
Oh, yeah?
And if that's not good enough, on Thursday nights,
Yeah,
you could
what if
listen
it's not
to
good enough?
Anti-Social Engineering, which is also on at 10 p.m. Eastern
Hi, Riley.
Standard Time. Hi,
That's the
Riley.
re-
Yeah.
I know Peas loves to listen to that when he's driving around in the desert looking to abduct young American Indian women's.
At least he's
don't really
politically
abduct
correct
them so
about
much
it,
as
you know?
just offer them whiskey and they're.
There are a whole lot of missing Native
Peas,
American
end with the
gals out there.
victimization.
And oh yeah, I still think Peas is out there killing them. Come on, Peas, tell the truth. You're out there killing Engines.
Taking
Yeah,
all
Irish
those
bastards.
pictures of you
Engines.
just
I'm not sure that's the
wandering
correct-
around in the
I'm
desert.
not sure that's the correct. I'm not sure that's the
I'm
correct
not-
vernacular for our noble natives. In
Oh,
this
you
country.
can't give any whiskey
I'm not
to
talking about
Peas.
the
Would that be
dot-head
too much?
Indians. I'm talking
Well,
about the
Dr. Marcus
woo-woo
Fox.
Indians.
I read in some historical novels written by Mark Twain that it's advised not to give the Indians, as Legume politely says, the
The
whiskey.
woo-woo Indians.
Not every Injun is Catfish Joe.
Are any Indians Catfish Joe?
Wait,
That'd be Injun Pete you're talking about.
Injun Catfish Joe, yeah.
is that
Wow.
Injun
Are
a
you
Hemi?
assuming? Are you assuming Catfish Joe's
What about Thomas the Engine?
cultural identity?
Thomas the Tank Injun.
I'll remember that
I
one for
always
the next
felt. I
T-shirt.
always felt like that show was trying to promote crappy toys to smug parents
Crappy
who would
toys
get their
for
kids
crappy
Transformers.
kids.
Yep, you're not getting a Transformer. You're getting Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, and a George Carlin action figure. I don't know. I'd take the George Carlin action figure.
I want a Legume action figure.
Which George Carlin?
When are they coming out?
Just go get one of those Spawn toys of the clown.
Yeah,
Done.
and just paint it.
Just
Okay.
paint it like Legume.
Legume, when is your bikini calendar coming out?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I've got a lot of bare space on my walls and a couple of brain cells left in my head.
Yeah, you got any news on that? Legume, speak to me, boy.
He's dead.
Speak to me, boy.
He's dead.
done.
No, not like this. Not like this. Not live on Canadian radio. Oh my God! Technical
I'm sorry.
difficulties, everyone.
I'm sorry.
Legume is no
stepped
longer
away
with
from
us.
the mic. I
Quick,
stepped away from
go
the mic
to
for just a second.
VX Gas
There.
Attack by
scale,
Skinny
you
Puppy.
could
Time
at
for the
least
show on
stay on
Free
the
Think
mic.
Radio.
Well, you know, I was actually at this very moment getting a picture for that calendar taken, you know, by the photographer here in Seattle.
How is my dear?
Ritual murders.
A city in eastern Iraq, recently occupied by Iranian forces. After a brief bloody siege, according to Iran, the Iraqis bombed the city with chemical weapons. After the defeat, the Iranians said the attack killed more than 4,000 civilians. Welcome to the VX gas attack. Bethlehem. Bethlehem.
Ritual murders.
return, meet here down the crossroads by the mosque. The friend of the dead man promises you'll never forget.
Ritual murders. Ritual murders.
Bethlehem.
But wait,
Oh, we got a problem.
wait a second.
Okay, hold on. Somebody didn't close the door on the
supposed to
airlock.
happen. Come on, man. This is live radio.
Oh,
All right, engage the decompression process. You get it? Get it on the
You
mic.
need to grab one of the one of the cylinders there.
okay.
Okay, get your breathing mask on there. Okay, now hook up the
That
hose.
is the good. I'm glad we bought that alarm. I'm glad we went all out and got the deluxe model.
Unit 1.
Ooh,
in.
that sounds like
I'm gonna
a core
clear the
meltdown.
I'm clearing the canister now.
All right, hold on.
Oh, folks, just
We're
so
getting
you
ready
know,
to
we're having a
re-engage
little technical
pressurization
difficulties
here.
right now. It seems
Stand
like
by.
our
Now I have
reactor
to
is,
assist Fidd Chewley with
alerted
his
us to some
emergency
extra
breath
Stand
tank.
by.
emergency prep.
All right, we have transfer. I'm gonna
How's the canister, Fidd?
put it into the
All
containment
right, the doors
device.
are closing. We got to get ready.
Putting it in the containment
Okay,
device now.
listen. If I don't hear from you guys, I love you.
All right, I think he's got it.
We have containment.
Containment.
All right,
Yes.
we're sealing the door. Here we go.
All right. Oh, I'm sure our Canadian listeners can understand what we're trying to do here. This is how it is in America now. We are constantly under the threat of nuclear attack. And so all of our houses have blast shields that if you don't have everything programmed correctly with your Raspberry Pi device, then your doors can just shut on you. And if you don't have your containment canisters with your radioactive fluids in them, or robot piss, as Legume calls it, then you're in a deep world of shit. A deep world of shit. But we are able to deal with this in every day using our superior American know-how, go-to-it
We're
initiative.
Americans, goddammit.
We're Americans, dude. We don't even care. We don't even care about radioactivity.
Care about
Bring it
the
on. It's
preservation
on my
of your
birthday.
values
I don't
and
care.
liberties as a society. This is what we're doing for you. You don't understand. You've instilled these values in us. You wanted us to grow up in a nation where every day we would hide under our desks with our hands over our head knowing, yes, I am protected.
There's some
about
kind
values.
of under
values.
chatter that I'm trying to listen to. Difficult.
Wait. Is it time for the show now?
It is time for the
It's-
show.
Hold on a second. Nick, wait.
It is
but-
time for the show.
But I'm
doing
here.
it. Me
You,
and Fox have been
Dr.
carrying
Fox,
the whole
you're
show.
here with me, Fidd Chewley at Hypercube Labs. Reverend Sick Peas-ness is here from Salt Lake, Nevada, Utah. And Doktor Legume is here from Seattle, Pussyville. But where's the audience? I don't see any audience. It's
They
just
are
you and me
scattered across
sitting in
the
a
universe.
room. I don't get it.
Nobody is listening. Nobody's
Everyone's
listening. We're just shouting out into the silence and desperation.
I don't have to
Don't
correct
mind
you there.
We're like
Everyone
two
is
men
listening.
sitting in a hollow tree, screaming off at no one and nothing, just making noise for no fucking reason at all. We've got no point. There's nothing that hasn't already been. There's no joke that hasn't already been told. There's no story that hasn't already happened. We're just sitting here spinning around on this piece of shit world, flying through
Make it
space at
stop.
amazing speed,
Make it
waiting
stop.
for it all to fall down and go to hell.
Stop.
Oh, wait a minute.
Make it. Wait, you
Oh,
good?
no, it's not that bad.
You good? You got it, bro?
Not
The
that bad,
sun
man.
will come
Everything's
out
cool. Don't think about
yesterday.
it. Don't think about it.
Man, I don't know, man. Mine is still kicking in pretty hard, man. You might have come down off of yours, man, but mine is still rolling. Is it ever gonna end, man? I don't know. Are these one of Peas' problems, man? Because sometimes with Peas' problems, you never know when they're gonna end, man. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know, man.
Oh my God! You know what? Every week now you've been mentioning my problems.
No, it's
and
not
it
a
makes me
time
upset
warp.
because
It's not
I don't have any more
exactly a
problems
time warp
left.
per se.
And it seems like
basically
everybody in the world has
difference
some of my
between
problems except for me.
what's going
I
on
feel
right
that if you
now
have some
and what a
problems,
time
you should
warp
send them to
is
6428
that,
Adobe Peak Drive, Las Vegas,
is
Nevada
just
89108.
reproduction.
And you should do it while you're listening to Share a Slice Tuesdays at 10 or Anti-Social Engineering Thursdays at 10, or you could just listen to our show Mondays at 10. All here on freethinkradio.com.
Well,
These are the hazards of working in an underground laboratory.
It is. We knew this going in. We knew that these were the risks when we developed this plan. You know, I don't understand because I thought that Carrots was making a bag. And I don't know where the bag could have gone.
So you can put your issues in it.
and then after
Your issues of Nintendo Power.
I'm going to power up.
I'm gonna power
Oh,
off.
here it comes.
And what I'm here
But that's the magic of the show.
Carrots, would
I
you like to be on
guess.
the radio and say hello?
to get
Carrots is shaking her head violently. No.
No.
Leave me alone, she says.
Keep me off
I'm
of
actually
this
getting
radio.
flipped off by her.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or everybody
Most
at
people, when they
home, make
walk
sure to
into
give
studio,
a big middle
know that when they
finger
leave the studio,
your
we should
radio
close the studio
so we
door
can all
behind them.
join together.
When what we are seeing and what we are hearing go in
I
harmony.
thought she was just giving me this whole thing, and apparently
I'm just looking at dirty pictures on the Chattercube website.
And why do those?
And you can join us in looking at dirty
Because
pictures.
their frequency
Just go to timeforthewebsite.com.
of low.
we're putting the sex back in sex worker.
And so when
We're putting the work back in sex.
together just as well.
But no,
Right,
we've
well
got all
played.
these delightful things here for you. We've got channels where you could come in, and we've got the Hyper Dragon. You can play a tabletop RPG style game with your friends in the Discord chat, as well as look at lewd pictures of people. And if you don't want to get in the Discord, well, heck,
there is an
just go on over and download a demo of our video game, X-Day, the video game, the demo.
What a great game.
And you
Oh
can
my
also
God.
listens to episodes past.
I can't even
as
figure
well.
the game out.
And you can also subscribe to this show on iTunes. Time for the Show by Hypercube Laboratory, and Google Play. It's Time for the Show. We're also proudly featured here on Freethink Radio through the efforts of our mighty Patreons. And this week's weekly Patreons include that of resident layabout engineer Dr. Cosmac, and more forward engineer Reverend Caller 23. Guru Drew and Apostasy Fenord are also potassium level members, and they'll be receiving their complimentary self-portraits of the Prophet Muhammad in only a little while. We look forward. Cat Feather was staying here, and I don't know if you're familiar with Cat Feather.
I was just going to ask you about that. How'd you know I was going to ask you about that?
Because I'm that freaking smart. And Cat Feather
incredible.
actually took off in her vessel, her escape pod from the Hypercube just the other day, just last Monday. But last night she was actually, if I recall, I think somebody got to go see The Residents in Atlanta, and I was very jealous of that. But tomorrow, Dr. Fox and the Right Angles will be playing at Grumpy's next to Uncle Lou's on Mills Avenue in Orlando, Florida. And it's a free show, and you can come hang out with me and Fidd Chewley and Bobby Clock and a couple other cool, nice guys. And we'll be there hanging out from 9 p.m. onward. It is a Hypercube Convergence.
Yeah, another one.
It is SQ2 55. And so make sure you come on out. The pylons will be activated. We'll be looking forward to seeing you. We're so happy that you're here. So every week on the show, we try to drag out at least one old segment, and that would be at least the blind eye.
Blind eye.
Cue the blind eye. So for those of you not familiar, the blind eye segment is where, in case somebody
not asking for it,
like ISIS or ISIL or Iris
Not a
or
suggestion.
Paris were to decide to totally demolish someone's, we'll say, fortitude towards life.
Yes, if they were to constrict their vitality.
If they were to
then,
devigorize them.
But not a call to action. We're not saying they should. And we're not saying it would be a good thing if it happened. We're just saying that if the people that each of us are about to individually name, if these people were the only ones that could be rescued from being brutally murdered by ISIS, and we were the only ones that could help them, we wouldn't do it. That's all we're saying.
I think I would just draw the drapes, enjoy a cigar and a glass of brandy, and just contemplate the day's events, if you understand what I'm saying.
Well,
Peas, did you have a blind eye this week?
Well, I do, but I was so excited because Argus Q Fox had announced he'd already picked his that I feel like I'm excited to hear what his is.
Oh, did I announce that I picked one? That I have
did.
one?
Earlier in the show, you were all jubilant and jocular about your
he was
selection.
listening on the intercoms when we were out in the airlock.
out in the airlock.
I see. What happens in the airlock? It's always save it for the show. But what happens in the airlock stays in the airlock. So is it that, or do you just want me to go first, Peas?
Well,
By all means, I know I'm excited, but I wouldn't want to step on your toes.
You usually have the best one.
If you have,
I
Peas.
feel that this time my blind eye, I want back on it a little bit.
Yo, don't be so mean to Peas, Dr. Fox.
I'm not being
He's a
mean.
beautiful, handsome boy.
I am offering
Don't
him.
make me finish my love
I was
poem
saying
that I
he
wrote
can
to
go
Peas.
first. I was fine with that.
No, we all know.
Yes, I was excited because I thought that I might have come up with one, but I wanted Peas to know that if he wanted to do his blind eye first, I would be okay with that. I am in no rush.
And I appreciate that.
I'm
but
in no rush.
I acquiesce to your blind eye.
Yeah, we're excited to hear
He's
yours.
calling me a name.
Who do you, not want to kill, but want to kill?
Me?
Yeah, you, Dr. Fox. Who's your blind eye?
I was going to say, you know those little prayer candles that people leave in their bathrooms and around the house?
Oh yeah.
They're about as tall as a pint glass and a half, and they're about as narrow around as something you could fit right up your ass.
And they have like the Virgin Mary on the
bleeding head of the Virgin Mary.
Yeah.
Or that week's lucky lottery numbers.
Right, the swollen clit of the Virgin Mary.
First off, if you're going to make a candle that you're probably going to be lighting over and over and over again, why would you have to make it that if you want to light it, that you have to stick like a pencil down into you have to ignite a number 2 pencil and get it down there to light. And I go through a lot of Ticonderogas just to keep these things lit. And on top of that, they make the glass out of sugar. It's not even real glass that they're silk screening. The sick screening, more like it. Some sick screening. And this glass is just breaking, and it's and your bathrooms and your countertops.
Mine have stickers. Mine aren't even painted. They just put stickers.
They
on
just
the
slap
glass.
a sticker on it.
Yeah.
What's the best number?
Which Mexican
I got the
supermarket did you
Oration
pick up your
La
prayer
Niña de
candles from?
Praga.
I picked mine up from Walmart.
What's the best number of
I got mine at the
Ticonderoga
Mexican
to
grocery
use to
store.
light a candle that Reverand 80 on the chat says they're called votive candles. So what is the best number of Ticonderoga to use to light a votive candle?
I
Dr.
guess
Fox.
something with a smaller lead. I would have to say something like
Now,
a 1.
Fox, does yours have
one.
100%
A
cotton
number
wick?
one pencil.
A number 1 pencil.
All right, there you have it, folks. Blind Eye, not only vindictive, also educational. Reverend Peas. Everybody
Chewley?
wants
What's
to
yours?
know what your Fidd Chewley.
Oh, Fidd. Did you have a blind eye, Fidd?
Yeah, I have a blind eye. My blind eye, the default blind eye. The when it comes to the null hypothesis on what the blind eye is, the most general of all blind eyes is the lie. And, the lie isn't always necessarily human nature. Well, human nature is like we're so horny as a species that we have to put rings on our spouse's fingers to signal to other horny humans not to try to fuck our spouse. That's just human nature. But where the lie comes in, that's where we create this entire ritual where that we have to pretend that these rings are symbols of love and spirituality and create a whole ritual around it just so that we don't have to think about the reason why we're doing these things. And that's just one slice of the lie. It's what a lot of some people who self-identify as a euphemism for stupid would call
I
the
self-identify as a
conspiracy.
euphemism.
I have one right here. Yeah, that's why I can say that, because Dr. Fox is right here in the same room.
Themimism?
So, Isis, go ahead and go to town.
Fire away.
When ISIS is just, if it happens to happen. Don't ISIS go ahead.
ISIL
almost
go
like-
for it.
I'm not telling them to do it, but if they do it,
If
I
it
wish them
happens.
a la speed.
Yeah, it's not like
All I'm saying.
just on this show that we know is never going to be listened to somebody in the NSA.
Well, put it this way. It's like I
the
don't want a
FBI.
commercial airliner to crash. But
That
if
would be
one is
tragic.
going to crash, I want to see it. I want to be there to see it. And again, if I had a magic wand that I could wave, and just by doing so, no commercial airliner would ever crash ever again in the history of aviation, I would wave it without thinking. But since I don't have that, I kind of want to see the ones that are going to happen. Does that make me a bad person? I don't want anybody to die. I just know that they are going to, and I want to see it. And then people are like, oh, you know what? My aunt's peacock died at an airport when the TSA seized her. I don't appreciate that, man.
My peas cock.
I don't appreciate it. You wouldn't like me when I'm triggered. All right, so Reverend Peas, if you're not ready, we're just gonna ask Dr. Legume what his is.
Ask Legume, but he says I'm not ready.
Come on,
but go
Peas,
ahead,
you're so
Legume.
good at the blind eyes.
I got a blind eye.
Oh, you
I
got
feel
one?
like blind eye is obvious this week, though.
Honey Boo Boo.
Boo-boo.
Honey Boo Boo. That's my blind eye.
Well, I almost feel like we should call ISIS out on this one.
Ow,
I almost
yeah.
feel like we should say, yeah, this is an exception. Go do it.
Maybe I should change mine to Honey Boo Boo, make it a double blind eye.
It should be like an honorary one that we do for a couple of years. Your Mom June should be included in that, too. Mama June.
No, there was a time I would have just said the Olsen twins.
Oh, but then
Back when they were little and cute.
Well,
yeah, but
explain
look what time and age has done to both of them. They
Yeah, I know.
both look
Well,
like crack whores.
Okay, Peas. We all know that you had sex with the Olsen twins before they were famous.
Only
You don't
six
have to
times.
brag.
Only 6 times.
Well, you have to, yeah. Nobody talk while I'm drinking my beer or anything. All right.
Yeah, we'll just sit here. Hey, let's not talk. We'll sit here and not talk, and we won't make any noise at all.
Well, it's not really a show. We're just trying to come up with the concept.
trying to come up with a show.
Yeah.
We're trying to not talk here, and you're talking over us with your talk when we're not talking. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
Peas and I are
man.
not having a conversation.
I've never
and it's
felt
a
so
two-way, not
naked.
conversation. You've already excused yourself from
Any
it.
moment
With
we're
your
going to
whiteness,
stop talking and
with your
get silence.
shameful whiteness of Dr. Fox.
It's the reason I do radio is so people wouldn't know that I'm white,
Which one of us do you think
Legume.
is the whitest?
Thanks for totally doxing my whiteness. Show's over, over,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Show's
I didn't
over.
realize
We quit. We quit.
I-
We're done. You ruined it.
That's it. We're just done. Just wrap it
ruined
up.
Well, no, we-
Okay.
Right, but
Some plug it.
before we end the show forever,
Fox is
Dr.
ready to go.
Legume
I'm
has
done.
to
I got
explain
shit
why
to do.
Honey Boo Boo is his blind eye.
Why is she my blind?
You gotta explain yourself, dude. You
yeah.
can't condemn
Jeez,
someone
man.
to death and not explain it.
Let's get some
I would
exposition.
think,
Come on,
I think
it's
that would be like
courtroom
what-
rules, man.
It's radio.
It
Make
does
it
seem like
count.
it would be self-explanatory, doesn't it? Like,
We
I mean, you
hold
don't have to
these
go much
truths to be
further, but-
self-evident.
No sound.
exactly. It should be in the Constitution. ISIS gets
Yeah.
to kill.
I mean, as for why, geez, just to avoid poisoning our genetic bloodline.
Guru
I mean,
Drew
people, you
is
know,
telling me
you
that
have to
there's
look at them
no
as being
sound
one
on
of
the
them
stream
makes
right
two, of
now.
them makes four, of them that makes 8.
I think that's the beauty of their culture.
Oh, now there is. Thanks, Guru Drew.
Guru
Shout out to
Drew.
Guru Drew for the Discord tech support. I don't know.
No sound.
We're not gonna know what happened
Are you
until
kidding me? Are we doing radio
go back
again
and
to
listen
dead
to
air?
it. All right, Peas, come on, pinch off your blind eye. Pinch it off, buddy.
I listen. I led this whole thing with saying my blind eye is obvious, but I just feel like I have like a couple of heroes in my life, and this guy used to be one of them.
From the first time we were.
Oh, you're talking about Ivan Stang again. I know you
No,
want to.
I'm not talking about.
Dingle,
I'm
dingle,
not
You want
talking
to
about.
take up. You want to be Reverend
dingle,
Stang.
man.
That's close. Yes, I'll be right up in him.
I don't think you're
be right up
above
in him.
killing him to get there. You know. I mean, you know what they say about religion.
If he was
right?
in my way,
It's
if he tried to
called
impede
religion.
my penis, if he tried to stop me in my eventual
Yeah, you're gonna
desires
do
to
it.
rule
That's dang.
the church,
I know you're gonna
like
loan
Hayden
gunman that
Gibbons,
poor man.
Scientology. Yeah, if he stood in my way from doing that, then I would crush him.
Can
Sure,
we
of
make
course I would.
a flag with a squiggly dick, and then it says "Don't impede
line.
my penis."
Don't impede my penis?
PEANESS, because you know peas.
Jeez, why
doesn't like
don't
it
we
when-
already have a flag like that?
Because
just
you
have
won't
a-
let us take
you
a
have a-
picture of your dick, your
Need a
squiggly.
flag with a real long dick on it that says "Don't tread on me."
There are plenty of pictures of my dick on the internet. Trust me.
Need the Gadsden dick
So
flag.
my blind eye. I'm
Guess I'm
blind
gonna need a
eyeing Bill
GIF
Cosby.
magnifier.
I'm blind eyeing Bill Cosby for disappointing me.
Oh, you
Because-
racist!
Yeah. No, I feel like, you know what, dude? You had money, you had fame.
He only raped all those
He
women
has
because he was
unlimited.
oppressed.
No, dude, he has an unlimited supply of shrimp cocktail. He could have banged chicks without the Quaaludes, without the Benadryl. He could have just been Bill.
Where's the fun in
And-
that?
But that's what I'm saying. So fucking blind eye to Bill Cosby, dude. That's punk move. Punk move. You didn't need to do that. You could, and not only that, you wasted some good drugs on some ugly women.
Well, you know, he's an
girl looks
artist. He
weird.
didn't need to do that. He wanted to do that.
That
He was
girl's
expressing
hair
his
is out of
creativity
control.
through doping out innocent women and raping them. He's just expressing himself artistically.
Well,
And
I don't want to slander the man, but apparently you're, because the court of law has proven that's exactly what happened. So blind eye, Bill Cosby, take your pudding pops and suck them in hell. See, it's a weak blind eye.
Are we talking about topical stuff on the show?
Come on, man.
Are we talking about
I'm
topical
just
stuff
thinking
on
about him getting
the
his
show?
pudding pack.
That's animals.
Is that what we're talking about?
Is it topical enough for the show?
It's
Oh,
topical.
Peas, are you gonna tell me that's somebody else's bit?
Man, come on.
No.
Am I ripping somebody off, Peas? I would never do that, Peas.
Not with that.
Not with
I
that
would
attitude.
never
you
steal
would.
somebody else's joke,
Not with that.
Peas.
Not with that attitude.
Man.
No! Oh!
Not with that.
No.
I wish I had more jokes. What's my? You know, I feel bad because the last couple shows I made.
Stop it!
Cat feather. Cat feather like died for like 20 minutes.
You're just pissing everybody off, man.
I know. That's
Seems
how
to be
I'm wrong.
God's gift to women is
I'm evil.
you pissing
I'm
them
not
off.
God's gift to women.
I didn't say you
Of
were.
a shrimp.
I didn't
I'm just
say
saying-
you were.
You
Don't
implied
go
it.
putting words in my
You
mouth.
implied it.
I know there's a lot of things that you would like to see in my mouth, but you know what?
I know. Finn didn't write that poem himself. I
Words
know that
isn't
you
going to
helped
be
him
one
with
of
some of the
them.
rhymes.
Words is never going to be one of those things that you get
I
to
know
put
you
in
helped.
my
I know
mouth.
you helped Fid with the poem.
Please.
I know you helped Fid with the poem because I can tell the parts that you wrote and the parts that Fid wrote.
I
And
never
where you
heard
guys
the poem. No,
collaborate
I was.
together.
I don't even think he finished it.
The people,
It was written out. I was watching him read it.
Nor our radio listening audience believes that.
Fid, do you want to tell everybody your poem to Peas now?
Well, what I really want to do is open up the lines.
Yeah, let's do that.
To our friends.
Oh, we have so many
Because I'm
friends.
so happy to be. I'm so
too.
happy to be back on the radio with all of
Doing
my
the thing.
friends.
Freethinkradio.com.
We've got Chris Smoke in the house. His mic is muted. We've got Reverand 80, the Reverend 80. What's happening, pal? Legume is here.
what's
Peas
going
is
on,
here.
girl?
Dr. Fox
Fist
is
pump,
here. I'm here. All my friends.
And here's the next song. We'll be right back.
Good time.
80, you're on the euphoric high of having gotten an exciting response from Ivan Stang in regards to the thousands of dollars worth of artwork that you sent him.
Thousands. I wouldn't say that.
I would.
Well. I mean, you are looking at. Okay, so
How many hours, dude? Because I know how you are.
I'm
You get
estimating.
invested.
Okay, I'm estimating there is probably about 200 to 300 hours of man work.
200 to 300 hours, man.
Right.
Oh my god.
So if you
And
gave me,
here you go,
gave me
Ivan
minimum
Stang.
wage,
300 to
if you gave me
400
minimum
man
wage,
inches.
yeah, it would be a couple of $1,000.
So that's what I'm saying. Thousands. You could have been a thousandaire, but instead you chose to send your artwork to a charlatan in Austin,
Yes,
Texas.
to an old
charlatan
man
and
who
an
An old man,
lives
Glen
in
Rose, Texas.
Who lives in
and
a fire
hand it out
part of
to a
the sea.
bunch of dirty hippies in the summertime
Good
as
choice.
prizes.
Good choices.
I know. Oh, hey, but in all honesty, I always do that anyway. I don't sell my art. I mean, come on,
I know you do, and it angers me even more that you don't sell your art because you just give it away, and yet I have yet to ever get a fucking piece of your art. But that's okay. I'm not going to talk about it on the radio. I don't want
Well,
to.
hey,
Well,
Peas, hey, I'll tell you what, I might put something together. I could probably look under the bed.
Peas, I have a lot of pieces of Reverend 80 art at my house.
Well, you're a
I'll tell you what
connoisseur.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take one, I'm gonna package it up, and I'm gonna put it in the mail, and I'm gonna send it
To
to myself.
6428 Dobie Peak
And so I
Drive,
can
Las
have
Vegas, Nevada, 89108.
the thrill of opening up a piece of art just for myself one more time.
Oh my God!
It's gonna be great, and I'm gonna put
It
it.
is gonna be
I'm gonna
great.
put
It
it
is
back
gonna
up
be
on the
great. I say
wall.
that
So
with
I've
the
got
utmost
Dr.
sincerity.
Hal art. I've got cat feather art. I've got Reverend 80 art. I've got a lot of art here.
I
I've got
think that
Fenord
I think-
art. Where did that
Well,
go? I had a piece of
Because
Fenord
you're out
art
there
floating
with the
around.
art doers.
Well, it's because
okay?
people like me and they want me
They
to
do.
have cool stuff. You know,
that's
just
kind of what it is. Yeah.
it's part of it. Some Peas. How could you measure your success? I usually measure my success by the length of my receipts.
Well, how I measure I do it different. I measure my success on how I'm doing on the number of problems that get sent to me in the mail.
Oh yeah, and what do? Add 2 inches from that because you started at your asshole?
No. But if anybody has problems that they need to get rid of, they should send them to 6428 Debbie Peak Drive.
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
I got a
How's that
problem.
working
I got
out
a
for you,
problem I need
Peas?
to get rid of.
Yeah, actually,
like sock art,
we have a
Peas?
problem, but we
I
don't
like
have
all the different
need
arts.
to get rid of it.
Oh, because I do sock art. I could send you some sock art.
Would it be crusty?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. There, it's like really hard, right? You like
Because you know,
It's like a
resin on
like
it.
a
if you agree,
sculpture.
no, if you agree
I've
to
got- I've
accept
already
a
got-
It's
It's
definitely
sock
got some
from
culture in
Legume,
it.
then you are
I've
taking.
already
you're
got
taking
one
your life
prepared
into your
for
hands.
you.
I'm sure that you.
I've got
do.
one prepared for you. I call it ginger
People don't understand the depth.
because I created her
friendship
after a
with you.
particularly lonely night of watching Gilligan's Island.
And you not only gave it a name but a sexual
When
gender.
you said ginger, I knew exactly what he meant. People don't understand the depths of Legume's and mine's friendship. We have had arguments and we've had fights and stuff. But
Yeah,
at the
I've called
core
you
of
a
it
dirty
all,
faggot.
at the core of all, when he knows, I know that when he
pissed on you
says,
when you were
"Hey, do
drunk."
you like sock art?" and I have this piece called Ginger, I know that that's a jizz rag from his marathon session of Gilligan's Island. He doesn't need to explain that bit to me because we're tight like that. I understand.
Because we're old like that.
We're old like that.
I'm sorry, but
Hey, yeah, let's talk about Eisenhower.
it shows you. It just shows you just
I thought my way was better.
just how conceited you guys really are. I mean, not
I know
even-
it's so like wow, you guys just stroke off somewhere else, man.
or into something else.
You know
I
what?
know, right?
For a day,
I happen to know for a
please.
fact the only reason you're upset is
No,
'cause you
I'm
were not
upset
asked
because
to join
nobody
in.
gave credit to
I know,
Marianne.
yeah.
That's why I'm upset.
to give credit for what?
To Marianne.
To Marianne.
No, Marianne, no way, man. I could tell you for one thing, Ginger would be a way better fuck. Marianne, she'll want it
First
missionary
of all,
and actually want to have babies.
Ginger's experienced. She's already been to Hollywood. She
Totally.
I gotta
She's
confess.
depraved.
knows the rules.
Like
I gotta
Marianne's like,
confess. I got one sock that is so heavy I can't even lift it anymore.
That the Gilligan song?
And her name, it's the Mrs. Howell sock.
This is how
This is
good
how-
second
oh,
choice.
love it.
Yeah, you just have to
'Cause you know what?
grab
She's
it
a
and
giving
slam
lover.
it against
She's
the
like my
wall
mom.
to break off the glaze,
Oh shit!
and it'll be
Fucking
good as
raccoon.
new. You could actually, you could take that sock if somebody breaks into your house. You could kind of like
Raccoons
hit
are
them over
trying
the
to
head
steal
with it.
Legume's socks.
A cumjul.
May, did you guys know that May is masturbation month?
Yes, it is. Well, I mean, for every
Oh,
day,
well,
every
I'm-
month is masturbation month.
Yeah,
for
I was
me,
about to
so.
say, I'm in the spirit year-round, Peas.
Right? Yeah, I mean,
It's
not
always
just
thoughts
one
and
month.
prayers, Peas. Thoughts and
Well,
prayers.
yeah, but dude, you got to pick up your game in May, is what I'm saying. That's the
Oh,
time.
so
like
what?
me,
I gotta
I'm
go to
gonna
like 10
introduce-
times a day? I don't know about that.
I'm going to introduce lube into my routine in May in honor. of
Is this
that.
the month?
Oh, I thought
This is the month.
Peas was a dry man.
If you're gonna induce,
May
I am a dry
May
man.
is-
I am a dry man,
I
Artist
thought we
Fox.
can
That's
go.
correct. I'm a
should we
dry guy,
drag
but I've
that
had some
12-month-old
chafing.
joke
what's
out
wrong
now?
with you?
The
How many
month
months
of
have we
May
been dry?
is official try
I've
masturbating
been like 40
differently
years
month.
of dry, too, dude. Think
And
about it.
that's why
Jesus
schools
Christ,
are
dude.
out for the entire month.
We've been going
Yeah.
since.
May
Like
is
I once,
official.
when I was a
try
teenager,
jacking
I
off
once put a
differently
rubber on
month.
and
the
masturbated
6
with that
months-
to see
the
if there was a
6
big
month point.
difference in the sensation
Is
because I wanted to be prepared.
15,
yeah.
Even though I was
season
still-
plus, like the
I
was
8
still
from the
years
others.
from
May
getting
will
laid.
24.
Yeah.
And you know
We're
what?
halfway
I think
through.
that they do impact the
Alright.
pleasure a little bit, but I
I don't
still
know
was
what
able
they're
to work
talking
it out.
about, but let's just keep talking
No,
about
Yeah,
what
that's
we're
what I was
talking
sticking
about
with that.
over
I was
here.
just gonna boost
Oh,
that up
yeah.
for a little
I wonder if
bit.
everybody does
6
that. I
months
wonder if
of
that's
time
just
for the
me.
show.
That's one of those little
Right.
things.
I don't
you
know,
think
but
to
I
yourself,
haven't thought about it
I
before
bet
you
everybody
mentioned
does
it,
that, but then you
actually,
think, nah,
yeah,
that's pretty
May
weird,
will be
dude.
6 months.
Silicon-based
If
lube
this
is
isn't
my
it now.
favorite because it doesn't.
Oh, this is
it's
it
not
now?
water
This is-
soluble.
Oh, yeah,
this
well,
this is episode
November-
15
Silly
of
putty
this
You can actually
year.
have-
is really good too.
Plus,
Yeah.
there's only
So, like, you
Silly
come back
putty
7
base?
hours later and you're
You get an
still
imprint.
Like,
yeah,
on the
totally.
We need
newspaper.
26.
Tell me
Right?
it's 6 months once.
Yeah, you could like shoot
26
your load on
episodes
Shame
Garfield
on
with
you.
They
half
could be
a
doing
year.
a song
Yes,
right
exactly.
now, and we
Months
wouldn't even
twice.
know because
Shame
they
on
do that
you.
sometimes.
Tell me
do.
it's 6
No,
months
they're
3
doing
times.
the
Shame on
masturbation
you.
stuff is making the air.
Tell me
And I think it's
6
good
months.
as a
I can't
as
see
a
my
public
level,
service
Dr.
thing because
Faux.
we had that court
I
order
see
to
the
do some
board.
public service, and so
There we
now
go.
I feel
Now I
that
can
us
see the board.
mentioning
I just wanted to make
masturbation
sure I was
May
way
is
down
as
here.
part of that whole
Way
synergy that we're
down
trying to
here.
develop with our
I needed
PSAs,
to be able
which
to
is that
see
okay, we're gonna
board.
follow the court's letter to
Oh, yeah?
to the exact specifications, but we're going to pick the PSAs that we want to do, and I can think of no finer charity and organization that we should support but Masturbation May.
Yeah, is that what you thought of? Because May is also official.
Shine on the
dotted
line.
I've had enough.
Some of these dots
I've
are
had
bigger
enough.
than the others.
May is Live Radio Awareness Month, and since it's live radio, we
that
should
is
say
culture.
You
right
should
now
get your live radio
that
checked
you're
at least
listening
once a year if
to
you're over the age
Free
of 30.
Think
Does this radio, have live
Radio.
cultures?
This is time for the show. It's live on Free Think Radio, and this what it's about to be is Snarky Puppy with a little song called "What About Me." And you know, really quickly, I should say, since I've been playing the hell out of these guys on the show for the last couple shows, the name of the band is Snarky Puppy. Look for them. This is a live album called "We Like It Here," and once again, this song is called "What About Me." Time for the show, Free Think Radio.
it's time for the show.
Unfortunately, it is time.
We've
for the
made
show,
it
but
back
something
down to
happened.
the radio booth just in time. It seems that the
A foreign invasion has begun in the
All right, let's go, everybody. This is what we practice for. Come on.
17 a.m. Eastern Daylight
Nice and
Time.
easy.
Several
Nobody
Russian
in a
fighter
rush. Let's all go through the steps one at a time. Let's keep your heads.
Atlanta, Boston, Portland, New York City, Trenton, Pittsburgh, and Scranton.
All right, that's one. Let's get the next one. Same as that one.
Reports that
Nice
Make it
and
easy.
easy,
Go.
everybody.
Let's-
Nice
all right.
and easy.
fighter
Orderly.
planes and bombers is inbound. The United
Wait,
States Air Force has
where's
been
my
dispatched
supply?
to intercept the incoming Russians. While the
We have a situation.
already in the United States.
I didn't. Oh,
Residents in the
no.
Northeast
Am I going to get left
States
behind?
are in place now.
I?
All other Americans should remain vigilant and be prepared to seek
All right.
shelter or evacuate at any time. Remember to keep all necessary supplies, such as food, water, clothing,
Dr. Fox, are you clean?
medical supplies, and a battery-powered radio.
We're not. Dr. Fox's status.
I
is
would like
unknown
to
at the
point
time.
out my wife,
Radio to 770
in her
and for
professional
information during
stance,
this
made
emergency.
sure to secure the breathing apparatus of Fidd Chewley
Is expected to
before she secured her own.
stand by for this message.
It's
At
true.
this moment, Fidd
It's
Chewley
true.
is securing his breathing apparatus. The cylinder has been engaged.
Shall transmit this emergency
Make sure that air is flowing
The station has interrupted
and inhale directly.
the request of the White House to participate in the emergency
Take it in,
system. During this emergency, most stations
and it's a success. It seems that containment once again has been secured here.
This is WNED.
Let's go and check in on the field. Peas, Peas, are you there? Can you hear us?
Providing news and
There's definitely some kind of narcotic coercion going on. And then you think, what put them in that space in their life where they've decided that banging that horse is worth like an 8-ball of coke and $600?
Oh yeah.
Are we live?
What kind of life choices have you made when you're like, okay, I'll do it.
It's time for the show, Reverend Peas. It's literally right now. It's time for the show. Literally time for the show. It's literally
It's such a good
time
show.
for the show.
It's
literally
almost
time
as good
for
as
the show.
Share a
It's
Slice
literally
or
time
a
for the
social
show.
Filthy,
Literally
filthy
time.
talking people.
That's right. When it comes to filthiness and talkiness, there's no person where those two things converge more thereunto upon than Reverend 80, who is here with us right now. Reverend 80!
Hey, what's up? Yes, your fellow uncle and old pervert. Hello, everybody.
I miss my pervert Uncle 80.
Hi, 80.
I'm just such a dirty old man. Well, dirty middle-aged man. How about that?
But you had some good tips about lube because you said you silicone lube.
Yeah, silicone.
Well, hold on a second.
It doesn't
Hold on.
wash
You
off.
go back a couple
Let
hours
me set it
later
up for
and
those who
you're
don't
still good-
know.
You're still lubed up.
Peas is a dry man. He's a dry jacket.
Yeah, that's just so
Try that.
weird. I
And,
can't believe
and
that.
Reverend
40
80,
plus years. Too.
Reverend 80 is a professional pervert. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get Reverend Peas, the dry jacker, to go over to the wet side, and we
Right,
have
for masturbation
we
men.
have professional pervert Reverend 80 here.
I
to
guess-
see if we can convert him.
Well,
Go ahead.
here's the deal.
Sick him, boy. Sick him.
So here's you know, it's really two sides to the same coin, you know. So dry, you're basically, you know, looking at now get this my argument relies on this, that masturbation versus simulation. So, you know, with a dry masturbator, well, obviously they're just trying to get off. They're not trying to simulate sex. They're just wanting to get off. Whereas
That's
the wet masturbator is more of a simulation. Like, hey, you're
He's like
simulating.
a connoisseur.
Right.
Yeah, like
But more importantly, you're trying to simulate.
they don't
something.
want to
Hey, I wanna
pretend
simulate a
that
hot
their
little mouth or whatever, you know.
is a vagina. Yeah.
Yeah, vagina.
Whereas,
And so,
like,
you know,
the
a vagina's
dry
not
Can you
jacket-
say
Jacker.
that? Can you say that on the radio?
It's
Yeah, no, we
Canadian
can. We're on
radio.
Canadian radio.
It's Canadian. Yeah. So Reverend Eddie, you're saying like the dry jacker is just trying to perform a purely biological act, whereas the wet jacker is trying to perform a psychological act.
Right. They're simulating the feeling rather than just merely getting off. They want to have the sensation that's similar to what they're
is a lamb's asshole. Yeah, I get it. Right. So how does that apply to Peas? How are we going to cure him of his
being a dry jacker, he's just obviously following his impulses. We all get those impulses, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's wonderful. It's just not for me. I think it's kind of depraved, actually, when you think about it. It's like really dry.
When Reverend 80 says something that you're doing sexually is depraved, it's
I don't know.
bad.
It's like to me, being missionary style is pretty depraved for me. It's like, wow, that's the crazy stuff. Like, really, you just want to be missionary? Oh, I don't know about that.
All right, well, hold on. Let's focus on Peas. Focus on Peas. We're trying to convert Peas here.
I
mean, sometimes I'm in the shower, so I guess that's like,
Right. Kind of, yeah, that's kind of wet, I hope.
Well, give him the pitch, 80. Give him the pitch to try to bring him over to the wet side.
Well, okay, so let your mind run wild, The nice thing about masturbation is that you can, and this is the beauty of it, you can literally give in mentally to the most depraved, sickening, taboo things in your mind.
That's the
not want to do it in reality, but in your mind.
My fantasies have to be
You have to, and that's the beauty of it. So I would say, give in. Give yourself a little bit of time. Hey, don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of yourself, because nobody's gonna get hurt as long as you're not like hurting yourself. But just give in. You got some.
That's the best you can do. That's the best you can try to get him to.
Seems like we could.
I don't know, Peas. What do you think?
No,
I don't know, man. It's not like.
It's not very convincing.
I tried taking a rational approach.
I'm almost wanting to give up my whole thought of doing.
Yeah, but 80. Here's the thing. You're trying to convert a person that doesn't have your perverted mind.
All right, Peas, I'll tell you what we'll do then. So, for Masturbation May, what we're going to do is Peas is going to take a vow of celibacy, and he is going to voluntarily go dry in every sense for the month of May. No sex, no masturbation, no stimulation, and we'll check in with him every week for the rest of the month of May. It'll be a scientific inquiry, and Peas, you can tell everybody at the end of the month, while everyone else is, jacking their tallywhackers off to whatever it is that they like. Probably all the free pictures in the hypercom.
We're gonna
available
check
at
in.
timeforthewebsite.com.
They're pretty jackable.
And Peas, you're gonna go dry for the month of May, and I've got you down here, and all right.
Don't worry, we have a team of nurses who are going to check in with you and your prostate on a weekly basis.
I'm kind of scared.
How do you think we feel? We're terrified. Do you know how much masturbating we're gonna have to do to make up for yours?
I'm just thinking of poor Carrots the first time he goes off of it, and she witnesses that mighty explosion from his prostate, not stimulating for an entire month. I mean, man, hold on.
It might blow out the other side,
but you and Legume can go fight socks.
Oh, Legume, he will be missed.
Where'd he go?
He did.
He died in like the first half of the show, man, and then he came back to life for a little bit, and then he died again.
Well, I am going to have to die also as well. It's getting late. No.
All right. Are you ready for me to give you your last
It's almost
rites?
midnight.
All this talk of
on a Friday.
masturbation. The silicone lube is calling. So.
Well, as a pretend minister that paid money to a novelty company to be afforded such credentials, let me perform the last rites on you right now. He was a man who lived, and he was a man who died. And when he died, he was on Canadian fake radio, hosted by Dr. Ellis, under a name known to the people of that time as Free Think Radio. And on Free Think Radio, there was a show. It was called Time for the Show. And Reverend 80 was on that show when he passed forth to the next plane. And let me know that those who hosted Time for the Show were Fidd Chewley and Doktor Faux from Hypercube in the capital of the former Spanish Empire. And that those who guested on the show, their names will be remembered as Reverend Peas from Salt Lake, Nevada, Utah, right?
Lake Havasu.
Wait, where do they send the popcorn, Peas? Where
That's
do
what
they
she
send
said.
the popcorn?
6428 Dobie Peak Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89108.
And we finally have Chris Smoke.
Chris
on the
Smock is here. Yep,
Hey, pal.
I have arrived.
Christ mock.
So
I noticed that you use the smock pronunciation of the word smoke. So
Yeah.
is that any kind of homage to your culture or
That was
people?
homage to IRC in 1992. It only supported, 8 characters. So it was supposed to be Chris Smoke, but IRC only supported 8 alphanumeric characters for a Nick at that time. So,
So you
same
didn't want
thing
to
happened to my
change the
grandfather
CH
at
to a
Noah's
K?
Island.
yeah, they his name was truncated.
Yeah, it used to be O Flanagan, and now it's or I'm sorry, it used to be O Peas, and then you're like, nope, you're just Peas now.
Indeed.
Yeah. I did name myself on the radio. I have no shame.
Did you? I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
So now
Well,
I'm
everybody
just running the
knows-
show.
Thank God for-
I just watch all the
kids on
lights
those.
blink.
Everybody knows that
Well,
your
you
real
know,
name
they're
is
pretty and
OPs
beautiful lights,
now.
don't you think?
You blew
I'm
it,
trying to find out
buddy.
where my dinner order is from Yelp.
Reverend Peas,
You ordered dinner from Yelp?
Yeah, I ordered some delicious pizza and some shrimps.
I didn't know Yelp did delivery. That's a new.
Well, they do it through here in Vegas. We get whatever they do it through a company called Eat 24 Support, which is strangely enough a new sponsor of the show.
It's really just an addict
Along with
support
Adderall
system for the
PM.
city.
Adderall PM, yeah.
Adderall PM.
And Adderall PMS.
You weren't going to sleep anyway.
Don't give me the hand wave, Dr. Fox. I'm over here singing my heart out
Did
with
he
an
give you a
ode to
hand
Reverend Peas. And then Dr. Fox
Maybe
is
I
sitting
wasn't
here,
giving
and
it to
he's
you.
giving me the wrap it up. Like,
Maybe-
dude, come
maybe-
on.
maybe
Like, what are
can
you
I
doing?
wrap
out
it up,
there?
wave
What's
my
lunacy?
hand?
He's giving. I'm singing, Reverend Peas, you blew
And he's wrapping it up?
Oh, he just needs a lighter. All right, never mind. I thought he was giving me the shut up hand
Okay,
signal. It's
misunderstanding.
live radio. He's
live
the
radio
engineer.
things mean
Oh,
things,
he's saying,
folks, for
where's
those
the
who don't understand,
application device?
during
There
live
it
radio,
is.
hand
I gave
gestures
him the
can mean something
lighter
totally
and the
different
device
than when you're
and-
not live on the radio. So it's easy to have a misunderstanding like this take place amongst professionals.
You gotta live life like you're always on the radio.
Yeah, that would be in a perfect world, sure.
Peas, you blew it.
We're broadcasting.
Peas. Not for long. It's 11:50
the show's actually
PM
winding down.
Eastern Daylight
Yeah.
Time, and
10
as
minutes,
those
T-minus 10 minutes, counting.
T-minus 10 minutes.
Well,
sometimes,
since-
there's a ending song that we go out on. That's kind
Nice.
of cool.
well,
I don't know if Fidd planned something like that for
You
I
the
should,
did. I have something.
Yeah, you should have like a regular track. You know, like Art Bell did on Coast to Coast AM. Always have the
Pour a 40 out.
special.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. We should have a
Special
regular
track.
outro.
Well, I
special
tried
track.
to have a regular intro, and Peas is like, I don't want to hear it. I don't like it.
Well,
Yeah,
Reverend
regular
80,
intro,
who
yeah.
What are you
um,
talking about? I never said any of those things.
He's like,
He's
Peas was like,
slandering you, huh?
you know, we would start the
You'll hear
show
from
with a
my attorney.
song, and Peas was like, oh, I don't think we should start the show with a song because if
Oh, I
we
did say
if
that.
we start the
I
show
did
with
say
a
that.
song, and it's 3
It doesn't even
minutes
have to
that
be a
people
song
don't get to
necessarily,
hear
though.
the
It could be-
We
Peas.
needed. I know.
And so
I totally.
said, okay, Peas, we'll drop the song so we can get 3 more minutes of you into
No,
the
that wasn't
show.
why. I wanted the listening audience to know that at 10 p.m. on Mondays, when they turned into freethinkradio.com, that they were here at the right place for time for the show. And when we open with a song sometimes, because the thing plays songs all day long, that they would know that the show had started. That was my only point. And
You could have like a beep every 3 minutes or something, like a bell.
This is the show.
This is the
a
show.
live show.
Get to the chop.
This is a song on the show.
This is a song on this show.
We should do that. We
Fire
should
your
just do
show.
that. We should just do that anyway.
I'm charging my show.
Time for the
This is
show.
the sound of the show.
You're hearing the
It's
show.
too
The
much.
show can't stop, even if we don't have anything to say to you.
The show must go on, and it
not
will.
only must it, but it does. I mean, just like it is right now. Like right now, I have nothing to say, and yet I am still talking.
It's like
That
radio.
is
It's
the
like we're
miracle
professionals.
of radio.
Correct.
I mean, like I literally, figuratively have nothing to say right now, and
Not with that
yet
attitude.
we are
We should interview
broadcasting
Zeppo.
live,
That'd be
and
a
my
good segment.
voice just doesn't
Interview Zeppo
stop.
on the show.
It just keeps
Zeppo
going.
Chewley.
How dare
Zeppo
you?
That's my
Chewley.
favorite Chewley brother.
He served in World War II. He gave me his dog
honk.
tags. That's how I got my name, Chewley. It wasn't my Christian name.
So I'm here on the support trying to check the order of my pizza, and I say, "Has my order left?" And she says, "Hey, Reverend, just give me a second to pull up your order and check the status." And then she says, then right after that, it's like, "Don't hesitate to buzz us again. We are here 24/7. By the way, if you told your friends about us, we'd love to hear from you." So I'm
You're
like,
giving
"Hey,
these people free plugs on the show.
I'm
Did
a
you
real
find out the
Everybody's
status?
show.
Did you find out the status?"
Except
And she goes,
Peas.
"Hey, Reverend,
Peas,
just give me a
what's-
second to
what's
pull up
our
your order
email
and check the
address?
status."
What's their email address?
ask
You know what? I'll give out my email address.
ask her if she'll take your temperature,
You could send emails that I won't
or you can
read
take her temperature.
to revps@gmail.com.
Okay,
show.
but where should they
Where
send
should-
them if
where
they
they send-
mean them?
Yeah, if
Oh,
they
where
want
should
them
you
to
send
do
email
that.
for the show?
Yeah, time for the show, the email. Because, you know, like, you're a radio professional, and since you're a radio professional, I know that you know that there are less than
there's time for the
5
email.
minutes left in the foe.
Is it time for
And
the
since there's
email, or
less
is it
than
time
5
for
minutes
email
left in the foe, we got to
at
get to the plug.
gmail.com?
Come on, Bees, this is what you've been practicing for all week.
I don't want to start out on the wrong foot, but it's time for the email.
All right,
at
what you're
gmail.com.
listening to right now, viewer, is Free Think Radio. The show
for
is
the
time
tweet.
for the show. And you can reach us at where the good Reverand Sick Peas Sick is about to direct you there unto forth. Take it away, Reverend Peas.
I'm trying to find out where my pizza's at.
Where's your pizza?
I
Stand
don't know.
by,
That's why
viewer.
I'm trying to find it out, and then you guys were
You
wanting to do these
live
promos, and-
on Canadian radio in the very pressured last minutes of the
And
show
the other thing is,
are going
I'm
to
not- I
find
don't wanna give
out
out
where
the number
Peas'
because in the
Pizza.
last
So
show,
glad we were able to
I
make it
tried
to the show
call the
tonight
number.
to hear
I
Peas
tried to
make
call
his
the
order
number,
on
and the number
time.
didn't work.
The
And
number
if we
does
put the
work,
number
Peas.
up and
It's
it
a
doesn't
fake.
work,
Okay, for
people will
those
be
of you
upset.
that are Peas, it's a fake error message. The voicemail is an error message. You know the outgoing message. It's a boo-goo-geek. That's
but-
it's not a real error message.
Did you get my message that I left after that, though?
No.
No.
Well, see, that's also...
What, did you leave it?
I did leave a message.
Okay,
I was
I'll
all
check,
concerned.
I'll check.
I was worried that
All right,
you
we
guys
got a
didn't
couple
know.
Played some
minutes,
voicemails on the last off.
We got a
Checking the
couple minutes.
voicemail.
Let's
I'm
do
checking
voicemails.
the voicemail. Peas.
All right,
Here we
check
go.
it.
Slowly checking
Check it
the
right now.
voicemail.
God damn it.
I want voicemails.
Just so you can get a number
No,
out.
I don't want live content. I want voicemail.
Ben, don't you just have to press like pound to get your
is a
voicemail on the phone?
manager, and he says
Yeah, I got nothing.
I should get to
Oh,
listen to
that's
voicemail
absolutely
Hold on, let me
outrageous.
see.
I've been
I
hacked.
want.
All right, let me see.
He's
Okay.
a manager.
Bring the music down. Bring the music down.
We're gonna bring it down because Peas allegedly.
Let's see what we got here.
Saying we got a voicemail.
Okay, let's listen in.
What do we got? Here we go.
Yeah, it's
All right.
Peas. I'm listening to the show. It seems like
guys,
some parts
it's
of
me,
the show are
Peas.
good,
I'm leaving the voicemail on the
and then I'm
phone.
not on the show for a while, or it
I
doesn't
hope
seem
you're not
like
mad
it's
at me.
good, and you guys
Here's the
seem
secret
mad at
number.
me. Then you talk about me some more, and it seems like it's a good
I
show.
really like
And
doing the show
then, but
with you
again,
guys.
I'm
Okay,
getting
I
the
gotta
sense
go.
that you're
Bye.
mad at me about something.
Call
And things
510-555-1212.
digress from less Peas-like commentary
So there.
and
I
banter.
told you I did it.
And
I
reverse
just
the
don't know what
charges.
to do. Call me back. Maybe we need to put more Peas in the show. I don't know. To help it out. I don't know what you guys are trying to say.
Has anybody? I wonder if we can still make a call.
So yeah, okay, Peas,
Yeah, we
we
got
got your
one.
message. We got your message.
You couldn't
Peas.
hear it.
And everyone listening on the stream can hear it. But you can call in and leave us voicemails as well at 321-765-FOX 3289. That's 321-765-FOX 3289. And we'll actually have that be. You can leave us a voicemail there.
Fox
Make
is
sure
F-A-U-X,
to follow us
right?
on the Twitter.
Yeah.
Good news,
It's time
guys.
for
My
the
pizza's
tweet.
on its way.
At Time for the Tweet. It's at Time for the Pizza at Twitter. Facebook.com/Time for the Show. Time for the website.com. And as always, I'm Dr. Fox.
Argus Q Fox.
And that's Peas.
The Reverend.
And Fidd Chewley is here too. Thank you to Doktor Legume and Reverand 80 and Chris Smock 97 for showing up, and to the brand.
Dude,
we
show.
didn't do brand flakes tonight, did we?
We didn't
did
even
Smoky
play
Puppy.
the bran flakes.
We did-
Hey,
but-
dude, don't
yeah.
forget to thank the Patreon members.
We thanked the Patreon members,
Okay,
and
do it
we will
again for
thank
good
them
measure.
even more when they donate at patreon.com/hypercube. You'll get a weekly shout out for only $9.11. And that
it's
comes
so
with a
cheap.
self-portrait of the Prophet Muhammad mailed directly
Autographed.
to your door.
An autographed
self-portrait.
self-portrait of the Prophet Muhammad, because as you all know, Muhammad's the only one that's allowed to draw Muhammad. So thank you for Chris Smoke. You already mentioned everybody, right, Dr. Fox?
I think that's it.
Well, you know what? Consider yourselves mentioned. If you are hearing the sound of my voice, consider yourself
hear it.
mentioned. And you are, and you will be forever and ever and ever, because this is Free Think Radio.
Did you really think I'm handsome?
Yeah, you're handsome.